Welcome back to Daredevil Born Again. This is season 1, episode 2, Optics. I'm not going to go over last time. You obviously know what happened last time. The one thing I do want to bring up again is Karen. I don't know, it just feels like a disservice to the side characters. I don't want to say side characters, even supporting cast. You know, I get that we're getting all these cameos from our superheroes, our super characters, our comic characters, right? We got Bullseye, we got Kingpin, we got Punisher, there's a White Tiger. You know, that's not what makes a superhero great, though, is having all these cameos. I think that's kind of the issue with a lot of the superhero stuff and superhero fatigue, is that there's just too much of, like, let's put our action figures together, you know? What does Spider-Man interact with Doctor Strange? That's not what made Far From No Way Home. I keep confusing them. That's not what makes No Way Home a good movie to me. It's not about, oh, well, here's Tom Holland Spider-Man and here's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Let's put them together. It wasn't about that. It was about, you know, his grief of losing Aunt May. It was about his relationship with MJ and Ned and having to lose that. You know, those emotional beats hit hard because of his relation to his supporting cast, the other characters, not necessarily that he fought Green Goblin. You know, that's cool, that's fun, but it's not what made that a good movie. To me, at least. You know, obviously, people have opinions. Same thing with Multiverse of Madness. I think part of why I didn't care for that movie as much as I think I would have is because it's just Doctor Strange and a bunch of super characters. You know, it's about all these multiverse hopping and shit like that. But as far as like his human element, I think there was a little bit of a through line there of like, are you happy? And I like that thought. I don't think it landed there. I'm trying to think of like other examples of what I'm talking about here, besides just the Marvel MCU shit, you know. But it's you're losing the relationship and the humanizing element. You know, what we like in, well, what I like, I should stop generalizing. What I like in these superhero things and what made me a fan of superheroes and comics and stuff is that it's about supernatural stuff and like these big grand adventures, but it's also about the fact that you can relate to that character in a way. It's not just about that they're super powerful and they're super cool and, you know, Batman, he's got all these gadgets, he's rich and he knows how to fight and whatever. Obviously that's the fantasy, that's the power, you know, dream and stuff like that. But what you like about Batman more is that he's a father, and, you know, he has a troubled relationship with his children, and, you know, with being a parent because he didn't have his parents, he was an orphan, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's the relationships, and so I think what we're losing so far from this first episode, what it's set up, is that, you know, Foggy and Karen, those were his relationships. Those were his people that he was connected to. Yes, he's connected to Fisk in a weird way, and Bullseye and Frank, Punisher, you know. He has relationships with them as well, and I'm excited to see how those develop, but you can't just throw away the supporting cast, the side characters. So I really hope that in some way Nelson and Karen do come back, but right now, I mean, they're very much written off the show. You know, Foggy's dead and Karen's in San Francisco, so they're not going to be here, and that sucks. Anyways, I already yapped for 4 minutes. I'm so sorry. Let's get into this episode. See what happens.
Hey, I like to think that
I don't need to see this shit again.
Why?
That was cold as fuck, though. Just throwing him, not even throwing him, just like shoving him off the roof. Oh, that's another thing I want to ask about. Did I miss something between Fisk and Vanessa, or is it just like they're having a rift right now? You know, was that something I should have picked up on from another show? Let me know.
Crime, poverty, feeling of uneasiness as if in moments.
I said stay out of it.
Is he gonna bite him? What's going on here? He's so close to his neck. Okay. I'm liking the way this is shot. This action scene so far is pretty good. I like it. Oh my god.
NYPD, do not move.
Ah! Where'd you get that from? What the hell?
Are the strong obligated to protect the weak? Yeah, they are, but they're kind of whiny about it, and then they start preying on the weak.
Why is your knuckles red?
I'm really looking forward to meeting District Attorney. I see.
Why is she so distant from him?
Here's what's gonna happen, cop killer.
Oh. Oh, what's up with this dude?
Is there anything you're not telling me?
Oh.
No, man. Nothing. Wait, hold up. You're blind.
Is this from... No. I was gonna say, is this from Spider-Man?
Filling a hole like this, it's not rocket science. Remember I told you that I'd get things done? Well, here I am getting them done.
You said we take on the hard cases.
And impossible odds work is what we do here.
So you need the victim to come forward, but... if the cops are pressing him... I don't know. There's something going on with that.
I believe him, Cherry.
Okay. So you want me to find a guy on the platform?
Yes. Doesn't track.
Wait, he's innocent or his story doesn't track?
Both.
Your Honor, if I could... said bail is denied.
Mr. Ayala is a decorated Army veteran. He has no record. He served as a CPA for 15 years. He's a pillar of his community.
He's also accused of killing a New York City police officer.
Some fishy.
Phone.
What bullshit?
That's why he got a second phone.
BB.
Yep.
Is that short
I had
for
a
something?
feeling it was
Beatrice
BB.
Betty.
Just BP. That was named for my uncle.
Uncle Ben. Mm-hmm.
I knew him.
Yeah, you killed him, bitch. Oh my
He
god.
was a good journalist.
Just one more question about Mrs. Fisk.
Interesting. Maybe
What is this dude?
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Who is this creeper dude? God, they're making a very obvious point. Like, yeah.
Your work.
Thank you.
Oh. Who the what? The, what is happening?
Serve for 1 month. It is my personal mission to make sure that your term
Ah.
is shorter than his.
I'm so worried for you, Mr. Gallo, Commissioner, whatever. I do not know why you talk such a big game, but okay. Bro. What is he looking for?
To tell me that you moonlight as a vigilante.
I wasn't in a suit or wearing my amulet. I had no extra powers. It's not relevant.
It's relevant.
Oh, he has superpowers
You
with
hide your
Daniel?
identity. You go out and solve things the way you see fit. We're trying to position this as a one-off event. I find out you're going out at night looking for trouble.
I'm not.
Waiting 20 minutes.
Yes. Send him in.
Well, you seem pretty...
D'Angelo's in King of Prussia. Castro's coyotes drive down there and want to pick me one up for lunch. A pay raise for your police force. 0. That sandwich was disgusting.
Hector's history is the white tide.
You know I know he was telling the truth. And we both know it doesn't matter if you can't prove it.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I like the Matt Murdock I've seen this year.
Oh, is this the church? He's going back to church finally?
Able to make a reservation tonight. I'm meeting a new client.
Rain check?
Oh, it's that dude.
We appreciate your
Oh,
discretion.
it's this dude. Wait. What do you...
So?
Count!
I was assaulted by a vigilante. The recovery process, it was quite involved.
Was it for the best for you, Vanessa?
I think in some ways it
Said Vanessa.
And relationship between management and labor was robust and fulfilling. I was lonely. I missed Wilson.
I'm here because I don't want to lose my wife.
You doing this now? Yeah. He's at 950 West 185th Street, apartment 30.
Meet you out front.
What's going on here?
Who is it? My name is Matthew Murdoch. I'm a lawyer. I represent Hector Ayala, the man who saved you on the subway platform. Come with me now.
Shit.
Shit, they're already here. Nick, you have about 20 seconds before they bust you.
Man, I'll...
Ah, who is this man? Oh, what's that? Is that supposed to be a Punisher logo? Ah, now what was that about? Oh. Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt.
Don't do this. You don't want to do this.
Damn. Oh. Oh, I had a thought and now it's gone. Okay, so just quickly on the fight scene here, at the white tiger, whatever, at the beginning when he was fighting the cops. Also, I said I liked the choreography. I liked it more than the bullseye one take, just because I was so distracted by the uncanny valley CG, green screen, whatever was going on with the bullseye thing. I didn't like that part. So that's why I liked these ones better. I still think, again, something with the editing, they don't know how to shoot fight scenes. There was a lot of cuts there. You know, I don't think the choreography was terrible. It was just, again, just let it breathe. You know, let things breathe. I think that's kind of like the motto that I'm getting with this show so far, or the one note I would make if I was a producer. I'd be like, let things breathe. There's a lot of pacing things that I don't like about this show so far. There was a couple scenes here that were so quick. It was like literally probably 10 to 30 second scenes, and then it would just move to a next one. It was only a couple times, but it was like, I'm scrubbing through the episode to see what one it was. It was a necessary scene, but it still was like very much, okay, why did we have to have it so short? When Matt and the other attorney, the enemy attorney, were talking to the judge, you know, they had to clarify that White Tiger can't be in the case, but it was just about Hector. That was a very short scene, but like I didn't need it to be that short. Again, there could have been a way to put that in there, you know, that information in there, I think, without having it that short. There was another scene, I really can't remember which one it was, but it was another one of like, why was this so short? Why did you include this? But yeah, it's just the pacing of things that I'm not digging so far. I think I've kind of accepted where we are through this second episode. You know, I've kind of accepted that this is the status quo of what the show is going to be like. So I want to say I like it better, but also I think it's just I'm used to how this show is going to be now. But yeah, my one takeaway is like I'm really liking a lot of this stuff. There are some scenes that are better than other scenes, but you know, overall the one takeaway I have is like, just give it time. You know, the scenes that are better are the ones where it is just like, let the actors act, let the scene breathe. You know, Vanessa and Wilson at the doctor's office here. It's such a simple thing. Maybe it's partially because I am captivated by what is going on between them, but it was also just like captivating because of their performance. You know, let them just act. You know, we don't have to be this cutting through quickly and getting through the scene. It's like, no, let them have their moment to breathe. Let them have their moment to think about what they're going to say. Let them have their moment of resting and like contemplating my response to what you're saying. I don't know White Tiger that well. I'm only familiar through video games. I know back when Defenders, that the Netflix shows were going on, there was a theory that Rosario Dawson's character was going to be White Tiger, which I still think would have been cool. But we have White Tiger here, so I guess he has some mystical powers through this amulet. They keep mentioning that. Cool. Hope we get to see more of him. I believe the actor passed away, unfortunately, but I'm very excited to see where his character goes. I think it's a neat little foil for Matthews. Again, they brought up the episode about how he's kind of close to the case being a vigilante, so wanting to defend him. Again, bring that Devil's Reign. I don't want to keep bringing it up, but not specifically Devil's Reign, but Zdarsky's run, I guess. With the BB report, I like those little intersplicing. It feels very modern, of like on the street, those podcasters or whatever, getting, what are you listening to, or whatever, like, what do you think about this thing? And then just finding random people on the street. So I like the modernity of that. But I also like the subject matter of what she's talking about, is about Wilson Fisk, sort of the litmus about how he's doing in office, or like, do people like him? And then Daredevil, how do people like him, his absence, what do people think about that? Again, going back to Zdarsky's run, I believe his run starts with, this is not spoilers. I mean, it is spoilers, but it's the first like couple issues. So if you ever want to read that run, it's not the whole story, but it starts off with Matt accidentally killing like a mugger or somebody, and so he gives up being Daredevil because of his guilt over that. And so in his absence as Daredevil, while he's dealing with shit, other people, civilians basically take up the mantle of Daredevil, be vigilantes because he's not there anymore, but his ideal lives on. So I like that it's not as overt here, but again, there is a little inspiration from that run, because we have characters like White Tiger, we have all these civilian characters talking about how there needs to be some Daredevil-esque figure in the world. So I'm curious to see if we will get something like that later on in this season. People actually putting on the mask or whatever. We've seen clips of him having multiple masks at one point, so maybe there is like somebody just cranking out Daredevil costumes for people and he stumbles upon it. I don't know. Vanessa. Yeah, I'm really curious to see about that relationship, if there was some sort of fraying between the two that I missed in one of the other shows. But I am liking this development of, like, last time we saw them at the end of season 3 Daredevil, it was, they got married and the big fight happened, but like they were very much in love and lovers being separated and all that shit. So I'm, her, the way she's describing, like, well, we were separated for a while and now I'm just, I was longing for him, but now that he's back, he's like different, I guess. And maybe it's because she had that power, she kind of became power hungry and was liking being in charge. And now that he's back, it's a weird vacuum of like, who's got the power dynamic, maybe. I don't really know, but I am very interested in seeing where this, as much as it's weird to say, I'm liking that storyline. I want to see where the relationship goes. I wonder if there's a bigger plot with the fact that this psychiatrist, or whoever, the doctor, since she is seeing Matt, they're dating. I wonder if there's a bigger plot of, because she is related to, she has a relationship with Matt, that's why they picked her, or if it's just, small world after all, and it just happens that she's the one doctor here that they wanted to reach out to. At her book signing, there was also that creepo dude. I don't know what they're building up with that. I was really expecting him to be the client at the end here, but no, it was just Wilson and Vanessa. What else? The police commissioner shakedown here. I like BB as a character so far. I'm worried for her, but I do like what they're doing with that sort of, again, that journalism. Yeah, I don't know. Again, the second episode, I think it's more of, I'm used to how the show is going now. I've kind of got my feet wet with it, whereas the first episode was very jarring because it was so different in ways. But I'm excited for where we're going with the season. I don't know how many episodes there are. I want to say it's 8, just because that feels like a right number, but who knows. Either way, I'm very excited to see where we go. Oh, my last point. Okay. I underlined this, so that's why I didn't have a big point about it. So Daniel Blake, the little intern guy for Fisk, I don't know, again, if he's supposed to be a character not that I know, but, if he's supposed to be a comic book character or what, but I just putting this out there just in case it's true. Again, in the Zdarsky run, it was revealed that Wilson Fisk has a son, and he's kind of separated by family name and stuff, estranged son basically, but he does. There's a complicated relationship of like wanting to take over as Kingpin, but also not because of he doesn't like Wilson Fisk as a father. So there's something there. I could see that happening here. I'm just not sure who this character is supposed to be or like what his role is going to be in this storyline. But I think it would be interesting if he is some sort of relation to Wilson, and that's why he's so fanboy. I don't know. Anyways, leave thoughts on the comments below. Excited to see what happens next week and in the rest of the season. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.